The Super Bowl halftime show is arguably one of the biggest stages for any artist, and with Kendrick Lamar's undeniable influence in hip-hop, fans are already wondering, will he perform Not Like Us at the next Super Bowl? But there's a catch. It's a bit more complicated than just picking a song from his catalog. Let's break down why performing Not Like Us at the Super Bowl might be trickier than it sounds. First off, Not Like Us is a track from Kendrick Lamar's 2022 album Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. It's a powerful and deeply personal record that covers a lot of sensitive, sometimes controversial themes. The song itself dives into Kendrick's thoughts on fame, identity, and the complex relationship he has with both his audience and the wider culture. So, on one hand, it's a great example of Kendrick's artistry at its most vulnerable and thought-provoking. But is it a track that fits the mass appeal nature of a Super Bowl halftime performance? When we look at past performances, there's a trend of artists choosing songs that have broad, accessible appeal. For example, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, and Eminem all selected songs with wide recognition and a certain level of energy to get the crowd hyped. Kendrick's Super Bowl performance, if it happens, would likely need to tap into that same energy, something that speaks to both the hip-hop community and a general audience of sports fans, many of whom may not be familiar with his more introspective tracks like Not Like Us. Moreover, the song itself is dense and layered, with subtle themes that would require a lot of context to fully grasp. The Super Bowl's halftime show, on the other hand, is often about hitting the highlights, songs that everyone in the stadium can vibe to immediately, even if they don't know every lyric. Not Like Us has moments of depth that might not resonate in a massive stadium environment, especially when the focus is on getting the audience energized and engaged in the moment. Another factor to consider is the NFL's relationship with controversial or political themes. Kendrick Lamar has never shied away from addressing heavy subjects in his music, whether it's race, inequality, or systemic issues. His 2015 Grammy performance of Alright was a prime example of him using his platform to speak out on police brutality and social justice. However, the NFL has shown some resistance to addressing such topics in a direct way. In the past, artists have faced pushback when they tried to incorporate political messages into their performances. Take, for instance, the controversy surrounding the 2021 halftime show with The Weeknd. While his performance wasn't overtly political, there was criticism from some quarters regarding how the NFL might handle artists who want to use the halftime show to express their personal or political views. It's possible that Kendrick's Not Like Us, with its reflection on fame and identity, might be seen as too complex or even risky for an event that wants to stay as neutral and universally appealing as possible. On top of that, Kendrick's relationship with the NFL is not entirely clear. While artists like Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, and Eminem have long-standing ties with the league, Kendrick has maintained a somewhat more independent, almost outsider status. He's never been as closely aligned with NFL events or sponsor activities, making it unclear whether he'd want to perform under the Super Bowl's massive commercial spotlight. If Kendrick does choose to take the stage, it might be more about his personal artistic vision than a direct endorsement of the NFL's values. So, what's the verdict? Will Kendrick Lamar perform Not Like Us at the Super Bowl? While it's not impossible, it seems unlikely. The song's introspective, political themes and Kendrick's relationship with the NFL suggest that he may choose to go with something a little more crowd-pleasing and less controversial. Still, knowing Kendrick's unpredictable nature, he could always surprise us with something completely unexpected. In the end, whether or not he performs Not Like Us, one thing is clear: Kendrick Lamar's potential appearance at the Super Bowl would be a moment to remember, no matter which song he chooses to perform.